Hello and welcome. It's Wednesday evening. It's visionary marketing time with me, Leon Street. And today we're talking about how to grow your business with organic social media. And so, first of all, this is a topic that I come across quite a lot with coaches and experts. And it's probably one of the biggest requested things in terms of growing a business. And the reason being, I guess there's a lot of business owners, coaches, experts, consultants out there. And when it comes to marketing their business, a lot of them don't tend to jump into Facebook ads and all that kind of stuff. So what that leaves is, for a lot of people, organic social media. And organic social media is very simple. If you're not familiar with the term organic, it just means what you can do without paying for ads. So what you can do essentially by trading your time. So there's no money exchange for you to market your business. It's all about time. So that's what organic social media is. So if you're interested in getting more clients, growing your business using social media, posting content, posting videos, it could just be normal text posts and a mix of things. That's what today is all about, guys. If you got any questions, I really want to encourage you to ask questions today, because this is more like a Q&A today's session. I've got some slides as always. I'm ever ready, ever prepared. But at the same time, this is more of an open discussion. So if you've got any immediate questions about what you can do to grow your business using organic social media, just please comment below, and I will answer your questions as we are live. And if not, I'm going to move into some of the content I prepared anyway. So, if there's anything specific you want me to go over, please let me know. And so that is your warning. So let's get into key areas, guys. Before I get into the content, as ever, remember, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just go on over to leonstreet.com/YouTube and you'll be redirected to my YouTube channel. Otherwise, you can go to YouTube and search for Leon Street and click on the subscribe button. And please do click on the notification bell to be notified of all of my upcoming videos, where you'll be notified of things like this live stream, as well as all the uploads that we put onto the channel. So go do yourself a favor and subscribe. So social media, is it a case of well invested or a waste of time? And I guess it depends on which coin or side of the coin that you sit on. And if you're sitting on the side of the coin whereby social media is working for you and you're able to, get engagement, attract leads, get sales off the back of those leads, then I guess for you, social media is well invested. For a lot of people, they know or have an idea or an understanding that social media should be something that they invest in or something that they do, but for some reason or another, it's not working right now for them. And if that's the case with you, then I understand it's probably a real pain in the ass. And there's a lot of people out there right now who want social media to work for them. They're either copying people, imitating people, and it's just not working. The message is just not connecting with the audience. And so I'm not sure, which side of the coin you guys sit on, but I'm guessing it's got to be, that it's well invested when it's done right and it generates a return. But for a lot of people, and a lot of you guys probably watching right now, it feels like it's just, a waste of time. So let me get into this. Remember, guys, this is more of a Q&A. So if you got any questions, whether you feel like, is it a waste of time? What can I do? What are the main tips? What are the tricks? What are the strategies? What are the tactics that you can employ? Then, I'm encouraging you guys to ask right now, especially if you are a coach, consultant, expert, and you want to get some leads or you want to grow your business using social media. Now is your time. So here's the scenario that most people sit with. How do you actually make it work? How do you make social media work? Big question. And there's so many places for me to, I guess, kind of springboard off of, for me to start with and to share. And I will do. But as I said, guys, if you do have questions, please drop them in a comment below this video right now. And I'll check out your comments. I have got the comments tab open, ready to go. So let me get into this first of all. So, you may or may not have heard of something called a funnel. And I'm not, trust me, guys, if you're worried about funnels, I'm not going to go deep into this. I'm just going to explain very basic terms of what a funnel is and how you should be using your social media. So most of the time, when you get social media right, what tends to happen is you use social media as a source of traffic, i.e. leads. So you get new people you could potentially sell to. And off the back of that traffic, you are able to get people to either comment or directly message you as a lead. And when somebody comments, it's usually off the back of a call to action that you've put out to people. And then you follow up on the comments, you follow up on the messages where you send whatever it is that you're sending to the person as the follow-up, whether it's a link, whether it's just literally a message to follow up and say you're going to help the person and give them more support. But ultimately, you want to get into their DMs and get them to the point where you have a conversation in the DMs and move them to a sales call, or you move a person directly to your checkout page. Tadas, thank you very much for jumping on. Great to have you here as well. And in a nutshell, those are the 4 steps of an organic funnel. And I call it an example because this is what, when you get it right, this is what most people are doing when they get it right. But what tends to happen is there's a lot of people out there, like I said, imitating, copying, and not quite hitting a home run when it comes to social media. So this organic method works on Facebook, it works on LinkedIn, Instagram, it even works on YouTube, and got a couple of examples as well. But I'm sharing this part with you so you understand that actually, even though we're talking about social media, you got to look at social media as a funnel, and that's where most people don't. The business owners that I come across quite regularly, what tends to happen, and I want to encourage you guys, if there's any burning question you've got about social media and how to make it work and turn people into leads and clients, just ask away, drop a comment now. So the point that I'm getting to is that the reason why a lot of people get it wrong is because they look at social media as this ad hoc thing. It's not strategic. It's kind of done, in the moment. Let's say, oh, let me create Insta IG TV video. Let me create an Instagram story. Let me create an Instagram reel. Let me post on Instagram, post on Facebook, post on LinkedIn, post a Facebook story, a LinkedIn story. And this is what I guess most people are up against. And here's the other flip side to this, and what I want to share with you is, but then you've got the total opposite. You've got people who are planning content, who are strategic, who are like recording one video and producing 100 different pieces of content off one video, i.e. repurposing. So it's, they become more effective, i.e. They may record like a 10, 20, 30-minute video, and off the back of that, they're creating mini clip videos, they're creating pictures, quote images, all sorts of different things. But I want to add something to this. You see, this is where people think they've got social media like planned out, mapped out, sussed. But here's what tends to happen with those people. Their message in the first place is wrong and will never attract a lead. It looks good. It makes them look good. People will probably even say, wow, your content looks good, but they'll never get people saying, can you tell me more about what you actually do? Or can you tell me more about how you help people with that thing you were talking about? And this is where people get social media wrong. So they understand that it's meant to work like this image that you see on the screen as a funnel with the 4 boxes starting from the left. Organic social media for traffic, move people to a comment or message, follow up, go through a number of sequential questions, let's say, a conversation, and then move a person to a sales call or get somebody to go to your checkout page and buy. Most people get that. But the thing is, most people don't actually know how to make that work. Just checking in, someone's commented, is it a good idea to sell something within the funnel when getting cold traffic, or better to do a giveaway with a call to action to invite them to make an appointment for a free consultation? Very good question. Let me just see where that question's come from. So give me a second. Okay, I believe it's in one of the groups that we're streaming in. So here's the answer to the question before I move on. If you are selling, let's say, a type of coaching or consulting service, like a coaching program, and it's fairly high ticket, at least £2,000 plus, so about $3,000 plus, ideally you want anybody who's coming across your message to actually book in a call with you. And I'll tell you why. Most of the time, there's going to be high resistance if you're selling a high ticket or a premium service. Yeah. So as I said, £2,000 plus, which is around about $3,000. Yeah. If you are offering, let's say, an online course, and you just want a person to go to your checkout, then it's possible to sell to them directly through a chat. Now, there are examples where I've sold high ticket services directly through a chat, but most of the time, 95% of the time, a lot of the clients, for me and the clients that I coach, we get people onto a sales call. And the reason being, it's just much easier to take a person through the stages of wanting to know more about your coaching program, your service, your consulting service, and then understand what objections they have, and also to qualify the person. That's something that a lot of people miss in the first instance of what it takes. So coming back to the point and the question, I'm just going to raise the question again and then answer the final part. The question was, is it a good idea to sell something within the funnel when getting cold traffic, or better to do a giveaway with a call to action? There's no need to do a giveaway. What you usually do when you've got a call to action and somebody comes into your funnel, comes across your organic social media content, is to simply provide value or allude to the fact that you will provide value. So what's common, obviously, in the coaching industry, expert industry, is for a person to jump on a strategy call. The trouble is, a lot of people say, let's jump on a discovery call or strategy call, and there's no strategy given. A discovery call and a strategy call are two different things. A discovery call is literally, let's find out about one another. And usually it's the person who's offering the service wants to find out from the lead whether or not they qualify. Whereas a strategy call is actually where a person shares some insights into a strategy a person can implement. And why did they do that? Very simple. You're giving some value away to make the person see value in what you could potentially then help them with. So hopefully that makes sense, guys. So, do drop your next question if you want me to answer your question. And I'm encouraging you. I'm here for another at least 15 minutes. So get your questions in now. But coming back to what I've got on screen, and I guess what I want to take you through next. You see, right now, like, if you're watching this on the video, if you're watching this on YouTube, mostly, because that's where I want most of you to be, on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, that's cool too, but I do want you to subscribe to the YouTube channels. Go to Leon Street on YouTube. But the point I want to get to, I'm showing on screen right now different social media posts that I've shared on Facebook, shared on LinkedIn, and I've got, I think there's one screenshot from one of my clients as well. And the example that I'm showing you right here is an example of a post where I've got a lot of engagement on a post. I've got people to respond to a call to action. I've been able to do it multiple times. There's one right in the middle. So for those of you watching right now, whether you're watching live or on a replay, you can see just in the middle at the top, 163 comments where I was offering a lead magnet, so a PDF guide, and a load of people responded. Then on the right-hand side, you got another post where that led to a person directly messaging me, taking up my call to action. And then dead center in the middle, I've got another screenshot where I offered another guide and I attracted over 953 leads on LinkedIn in a LinkedIn group. So what am I getting to here, guys? So I'll just zoom back out now from the screenshot. The thing that I'm getting to here, guys, is you can see from these examples, I've done social media, and these aren't videos, these are just posts. I get a lot of success with videos as well, but let me just share the point of what I'm talking about here. So here, I'm getting leads from my social media. My posts don't look the most prettiest, the most professional, but the content hits home with my target audience. It connects with my audience. And that's the point that I want to get to. When it comes to social media, you need to understand how to connect, i.e. make sure that your message actually answers the desires, the wants of your audience. It meets them at that place. Whereas a lot of people want to do social media, make it look pretty, make it look good, come up with some ingenious different, editing and videos and whatever else. And you look at their content and they're hardly generating any leads. I even see people with lots of engagement and they're buying likes. They're buying likes on Facebook ads and it makes their accounts look good. I see people buying, followers on social media just to make the numbers look good, but they're not generating the income that they would probably want you to believe. So the point of me showing you these examples here and what I got on screen is to show you that actually when you do social media right, you can attract leads, you can attract people specifically to the very thing you want to help them with if it's done right. And when I say if it's done right, well, what do I mean? You need to know the difference between posting just general content and giving value to content that gives value and gets people to raise their hand and say, tell me more, or I'm interested in that thing you were talking about. That's one of the key differences. So if your social media isn't getting people to raise their hand and say, can you tell me more? Or can I get that thing that you offered? Yeah, that's where your message is disconnecting. You're not connecting with people. And this is the part, or the step in social media where you need to make that breakthrough. So just based on what I've shared with you today, if you've got any specific questions on how you do that, then please ask away. But otherwise, I'm gonna step forward and just kind of explain a couple of things. And I've got a free giveaway here. You just have to zoom in. What I will do, if you give me a second, guys, I will also, the link that I've got on the screen, what I will do, I will share it in the comments as well. So I know I'm streaming in 4 different places at once at the moment. But the link that you see on screen, this is to one of my free guides. It's called the Guerrilla Method. So if you want to be able to market your business on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and do it organically, trading time for money, you know, not paying for ads, you're still trading time, because that's what it is. A lot of people call it free marketing, but you're trading time. So it's the most expensive thing you can do, to be fair. So I'm going to share this link and I'll post it around on, I guess, the different platforms where I am streaming right now. So, you know, do check it out, and you can download it for free. The Guerrilla Method Guide will basically show you the steps that you can take to create great content, get engagement, and some of the things perhaps that you've not been doing, or I guess some of the things you're not even thinking are possible that you can do. So, you know, go check that out, and that's for everybody. Just check in as well. I see Dario Cucci is the one who posted the question about selling something rather than going, you know, cold to that person. So thanks for the question, Dario. I really appreciate it. So anyway, let me continue with what I wanted to get onto next. So that was just a free giveaway. Get some ideas, get some tactics. The stuff that I use in that guide, the Guerrilla Method, I've been using for years, and it works. It just keeps working. Right. One of the other places when it comes to organic social media to really tap into is your Facebook groups and LinkedIn groups on social media. Use groups to join communities that contain your niche. This is a big place, a big opportunity. A lot of people miss out. Anthony Comstock has said, would the Guerrilla Method help with selling cars? Absolutely. It doesn't matter what you're selling, Anthony. You know, the fact that you're selling cars, you know the key principles to selling. You're probably in one of the most, let me think of the words that I want to use here. You're probably in one of the most exposed industries for actually making sales, which means that you've got a lot of great experience. And so if it comes down to marketing, the Guerrilla Method will definitely help, because it's all around creating content that gets people to raise their hands, for you to attract leads, which obviously you can then follow up and then be in a position to either sell a car online or actually get people to your showroom, depending on obviously how you sell. I've bought, let me see now. I bought one car in the past 3 years directly online. So if you are using this opportunity to sell, you know, using organic social media, this will work. So anyway, coming back to my points, use groups. Groups are a fantastic place for you to get into. And the reason being, they're probably one of the most engaged parts of Facebook and LinkedIn that you can access for free. Whereas the other places are basically paid advertising, unless you've got a really engaged audience on your personal profile or your page. And even then, the reach is going to be small, because Facebook want you to pay for advertising. So what do I want to get to with this? Find groups with your audience in, with your niche and with your target audience. And I just want to say, guys, I know Anthony's dropped another question. Guys, if you do have any questions around social media, just ask away. This is a Q&A session. Ask the question that is burning a hole in you and you want answered, and I'll guarantee you'll answer it live. And if I don't answer it, I'll pay you £100, right? And I promise you that, because I've got so much experience with so many different niches and making organic social media work. But anyway, coming back to this point, join groups, join at least 10 to 20 groups on Facebook and LinkedIn. And I say that because you need to test which ones are the most engaged, which ones that you can post offers in, which ones that you can just continue to show up and share value. And there's a great audience in there of your target audience. Join them. It's just an untapped place for a lot of people, and a lot of people sit in groups as lurkers. And what you've got to do is actually figure out not to be in a group just because there are other people in there, but to be in a group because you know your audience is in there, and you can show up and provide value by great content. I just shared the link a moment ago for the Guerrilla Method. The Guerrilla Method will show you how to create and produce valuable content, and also what to do to get people to raise their hand, meaning to engage and how to follow up. Anyway, so let's move on. Check them out. Go into these groups. That's another place that you need to check out. In one of my coaching programs, my Vortex Accelerator program, I share 15 specific templates on how to get people to raise their hand. And we use these templates every other day to build up engagement and trigger new leads into action. I use these regularly, guys, and there's just a quick example of some of the it's actually one template, but in 3 variations. I use these and get people to raise their hands regularly, where I can follow up on comments. I get messages. In groups, they work massively well because you're just going after focused people who you actually want as leads, and actually your message is specific to them. Just coming to questions. Anthony's just asked, Anthony Comstock, I've been doing it for 3 months. Experience is still coming. Okay, that's cool. Good. You know, if you've been doing it for 3 months, the experience is coming. Great. You know, there's nothing like a challenge, right? The biggest thing for me is whenever you're using social media and you want to attract leads, if your social media just looks pretty and never gets people to say, yes, I'm interested, or yes, please tell me more, or really like the content, like your messaging is off. That's where the problem is. There's no problem with Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn, or even YouTube for that matter. Your message is simply off. And what you need to do is make sure that your message actually fits the people that you want to attract. Get very specific on who your messaging is for. If you're selling cars, as an example, I mean, this is obviously my target audience is coaches, experts, and consultants. So, you know, in many respects, Anthony, I guess you're a car sales consultant. But the point I want to get to is that my messaging usually goes out specifically to business coaches, life coaches, transformation, leadership coaches, those types of people, as well as people who sell professional services. That's my audience, and that's where I tend to go very deep on. Or at the same time, just very specific. I don't have to actually go deep. I just go specific, and that alone gets the right people speaking to me. Just to give you a quick example, look at this. Clubhouse, it's obviously one of the new social media platforms out there. It's doing really well. I was on a Clubhouse as a moderator last week in somebody else's room, and I'm on there answering questions. You know, people are asking questions, being brought up on stage on the app. It's only on iPhone at the moment, but I believe it's coming to Android very soon. So I'm answering questions, and I'm just answering specific to the people in that room because there were coaches and consultants. And I had 2 people booking calls with me off the back of it, and about 15 to 20 other leads. I was speaking to a woman on a sales call off the back of that Clubhouse room, and you know, she was saying, you know, the really cool thing is, Leon, you just like, you came across as an authority and you just got straight to the point. There was no fluff, no waffle. And she said, and the answers you gave were filled with so many kind of examples that I knew you'd done this before. That's the key, guys. When you can speak directly to the people you want to serve and not like everybody, because that's the biggest mistake you can have, is that you try and sell to everybody and therefore you speak to nobody. So when it comes to your social media, your messaging should be super tight. And I'll tell you why. Because most people never master their niche. Most people are struggling because their message never speaks directly to, you know, the people that they do want to sell to. And then that's why social media becomes a pain in the ass, an uphill struggle, and it never quite works. And it's because it starts with the messaging, guys. It's not the social media that isn't working. So next point I want to get to, guys, if you've got any questions, please ask away. I've got about 5 more minutes, I guess, that I want to do on this topic of organic social media. So if you do have any questions, please post them in the comment now, and I'll read them out and I will answer them. And remember, guys, actually, let me just grab this up here. I did publish this book in recent years, More Leads, More Clients, the 10-step marketing manifesto to becoming one of the most valued and highly paid coaches in your industry. It works for consultants as well, guys. But can you see, even the way I wrote my book was for coaches, yeah, specific to the audience that you serve. That's the point that I want to get to, guys, is that when you are targeting the right people, you can speak to them. You can speak directly to them, yeah? And so the point I want to get to, guys, is get very specific in your messaging. Figure out what are their frustrations, what are their wants, their desires, and your messaging should be all about that, because that's where they are. That's what they want, not what you know they need. Meet them at the place where you understand their wants and their frustrations. And trust me, you're going to get people like, they'll be engaging, they'll be direct messaging you and all sorts of other stuff. Anyway, moving forward. So when you finally get it to work, what I can say is that, you know, you'll start to see a lot more engagement, and it isn't just likes and love hearts. You'll start to see people commenting to find out more, commenting to take you up on your offer, messaging you or direct messaging you because they love what you're about and they want to know about your products, your services, your programs, all of that kind of stuff. So what I'm going to do is just share a couple of examples. If you do have any final questions, guys, just please drop them in, because I'm about to wrap up. But I'm just going to answer or actually just show you the final part of this with some kind of stories from my clients. So this was a client who didn't really use social media so much, and then we're going back to January, February this year, so just over a month ago. And this client, he started using one of the 15 hand-raising social media templates that I have in one of my programs. You know, the way that I run my program is so it's just step by step, very easy to follow, that virtually anybody could use it. Yeah. 12-year-old kid could use the stuff that I use. Yeah. And so anyway, my client, he put this into practice, and look, he had over 50 responses to the question I advised him to use regarding his offer. Yeah. So he put this out, and off the back of those 50 leads, yeah, he called them responses, but they were leads. Yeah. Another person reached out to him who then wanted to sponsor his business by seeing what his offer was because of the social media post, right? So not only did he get leads, he got a sponsor, yeah, real cash sponsor. So off the back of that, the 50 leads, which he attracted in 48 hours, he turned that into £18,000 in sales in February. So the point I'm getting to, guys, is that when your social media works, like literally it can work for any niche. And I'm not just saying that. Yeah. This particular client was in the sports coaching niche. Yeah. Fantastic result. The biggest sales month he ever had. I think before that, he was only generating just under 3,000 a month. And you can just see in February, he just went straight from 3 to 6 times that to 18,000. How about that? Yeah. And guys, there's no silver bullet or kind of magic wand here. He's doing exactly what I've just shared with you guys. He followed some of the steps in my programs, obviously, some of the parts which you'll find in the Guerrilla Method document, which I shared a moment ago. If you do want the link to that document, it's a PDF, it's free. I'll give it away free. Just comment free guide below, and I'll make sure you get the link. Here's another client, $13,000 day. Yeah. Turn sales from social media into that. Here's another client, 10K in 30 days. Here's some more clients. Here's one client who did £18,000 a month. I don't know what it is about 18, but this was another client. She did £18,000. And look, that she had to turn people away because her group got filled so quick. She had a 15 person group coaching program, and she sold out. And what I told her to do is stop turning people away and open up a second group, which she did very quickly, and then that one sold out too. So this is when you get your social media right. Here's another client, closed £8,685 when she put this stuff into place. Here's another client, closed 3K sale. That was his first sale, and then in 4 to 5 months turned that first 3K into £100,000, and actually went on to do 150 grand in 5 months. Here's some more clients. Win, 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 win. Yeah. 4,000, 2.5, 4,500. Right. So here's my point, guys. When you do your social media right, it should attract you leads. It should attract you people who want to find out more. If your social media looks pretty, your Instagram page, your profile looks pretty, but it's not generating your leads, it's because your messaging is off. Yeah. Your focus is on being pretty and attractive and professional, and your focus is not on the message of the target audience you want to serve and sell to. So if that's you and you want to make it work, then I've got an answer for you. If you'd like to have your social media working for you, comment social below this video. and I will send you more details on how I can help you get results just like my clients, what I just shared with you a moment ago. And I've actually got more screenshots and examples I can show you from other clients who generated, like one client generated 879 leads in 3 days, all through Facebook groups. And I think she posted literally the same post in 3 different groups, and the leads just went crazy. When you get it right, guys, it really works, no matter your niche. It's just, you know, finding the right message. And that's where most people get wrong, because they don't know how to identify their niche and turn their niche frustrations and desires into a message that actually connects with people who want to do business with you. If that's you, comment social below. I'll send you more details on how you can get help. And finally, guys, if you've enjoyed the content and you know you want to get more, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go on to leonstreet.com/YouTube and click subscribe, and then hit the notification bell. I just want to shout out everybody who asked questions today. We had a few questions come in. Really appreciate you guys. You know what? Go enjoy your evening. It's Wednesday evening. I'm thinking it's Friday for a second. It's Wednesday evening. Go enjoy your evening, because you know what? You're now in safe hands, knowing that you can get all that content from that free guerrilla method. And the final thing is what I want to share, guys. If it's not the evening for you, enjoy your day all the same, because I know people are watching this around the world. And that's it. It's me. I'm out. I'll be back Sunday morning, UK time, talking about mindset, running a business, and all the other things, the touchy-feely things that you need to take care of as a business owner, coach, expert, and consultant. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.